previously, and I've even tried to make it again here just now, and I got it starting to talk about my bias. And I know people that usually come to watch these videos, these versus videos, they don't care about nothing except if I agree with them. Every one of you guys, 99%, well, not every one of you, maybe 99% of you guys is going to want to hear somebody else say and agree with everything you say. Well, I'm sorry, I can't. We're all different. We all got a preference. If you love your Echo and it's the greatest thing on the planet Earth and you bleed Echo, you win. I agree with you. Stihl boys, if Stihl's the greatest thing on the planet, and no matter what I say, you're going to get mad at if I disagree, then I agree with you. Stihl's the best. Husqvarna is the best. You see what I did there? My bias can come out too. So, which one is the best, Exterminator? I don't know. None of them's bad. I mean, for something to be the best is something, it has to be a clear winner by definition. Well, there is no clear winner here. There's clear preference. Like, how much of an angle do you want your bevel gear to be? You want it to be like this, you know what I'm saying? So what angle do you want? How long do you want your shaft? That's what she said. And how soft do you want your handles? How do you want your loop handles at an angle? Do you want it straight up and down like a Stihl? Do you want it kicked back with a big nice foam padding like the Echo? Do you want an engine, so to speak, compartment slash bay slash trimmer head that does not protrude anywhere like a Stihl and Husqvarna, and then the Echo looks like an Echo looks like a plane's landing. It's so wide and open. I mean, it's just what it looks like. Okay, so it just depends what you want. And again, I will post at the end of this video, I'll try to, my bias. You will know that I'm wearing safety glasses right now from Husqvarna. I'm wearing a Husqvarna hat. I would wear Husqvarna underwear if they had them. And they didn't offer me nothing when I started loving Husqvarna. I actually was hating them and trolling them, remember? Do y'all remember that? So they never done nothing for me when I started loving them. Echo is the only one that ever done anything for me prior to now, because Husqvarna gave me some trimmer line and these glasses, but not for an opinion. Remember that. They just give them to me because the stickers and stuff I got, they asked anybody and they sent them to anybody. But the safety glasses he sent me to be nice, and I was bumming something else. The previous person, someone that worked for Husqvarna, gave me a koozie and it was wore out, and I said, since he was giving me that trimmer line, I said, can I have another koozie? Yes, I was really going crazy over a koozie. You can ask him. And now I've got a metal koozie, yo. You should see the koozie. I'm getting way off topic. Anyway, so I have a bias towards Husqvarna because it's my preference. Before anything was given, you know, trimmer line's what, 30 bucks, so don't think I'm bought, because if I was bought, Echo would have to own me, because Echo give me about $1,000 worth of stuff and offered to even keep going with me with the UAG when it first, before it even come out, I was an ambassador with them. So if you want to call me a biased person because somebody give me something, it would be with Echo, but you're going to see that I'm not, because that's not my favorite. I really enjoy that Echo. I have no complaints, except, I have to be so picky to even find a complaint. That's how good these trimmers are, people. You have to go out of your way. Like the Echo, it does vibrate more, a lot more. The Stihl, it needs this bigger gas tank. I've said the same stuff over and over. The Husqvarna, I hated the handle. They fixed it. Now I'm done. Now on the new 535 LK, you've seen in my previous videos, unless you're here for the first time, Husqvarna's putting rubber around the loop and under the throttle handle, and I'm in love with that. I hope they do it. I don't know if they're doing it with every piece of equipment. I don't have no way of knowing. I don't work for them. So this trimmer, even when the handle was messed up, if you heard my last video about these three, you will hear this is my favorite. Before I ever spoke to Husqvarna, so I'm biased towards them now because they earned it. Stihl, I was born and raised a Stihl boy. My dad loved Stihl, and that's just what we had, Stihl, because everybody said it's the best. A lot of people still think that. If that's what you think, I agree. I agree with all of y'all. Okay, and the Echo. We'll just start with the pros and cons of each. Fat, heavy by over 2 pounds more than these two. That is a fat Mac Daddy. Not only is it fatter, heavier, it's fatter in circumference and in every way imaginable. Look how much bigger that trimmer is than these two. And remember, they're all 25cc engines. I mean, just look at that. I mean, my gosh, I don't know why they made that so big. That's what she said. That's what they made. There's nothing wrong with the design of it. I'm just stating facts here. This is gonna be a long video, so buckle up. All right. So Echo's the fat heaviest. I done a video weighing these two, and they was right near each other. But the Husqvarna feels so much lighter. The Stihl used to be my preference over any trimmer in the world or earth. Husqvarna took his place because I think he's more comfortable. He's more level, beveled. Is at the right angle for my back. He's everything I want in a trimmer except some cushy handles. I'd like to have their trigger a little different to where it's one finger. Like the Stihl's got my favorite trigger. Echo's trigger's fantastic. Their handles are I love their handles. I mean, that's why I was so excited when Husqvarna was putting rubber on theirs. I was like, oh my gosh, yes, yes, finally. So they're starting to do it, and it's a game changer for them. Now, they are the only ones that has the anti-vibe. It's a vibration dampening system. You see this handle right here? If you go to my 525 take apart, I took his trimmer apart, and you can see the solids. That's another thing. It has a solid steel cable in it. Not it's solid, not movable cable. So you add that plus the anti-dampening field. Yes, I said field. There is no, man, you can use this trimmer for weeks and you'll never get that tingle. Stihl is pretty close. It has a solid steel cable flex, solid steel flex cable. It's solid steel, they call it, but it does bend, and that trimmer has almost no vibration. Now the Echo, it has a braided cable. My train of thought is gone because now it's all on termites and stuff. I'm all pest control now. Y'all don't know the reason my name is Exterminator. I own a pest control company, and I love, y'all know how I'm passionate with trimmers and stuff. I love some bugs too. I'm just as annoying talking about bugs. You know, lawn care is probably taken anyway. All right, small form factor. Husqvarna's the smallest. Stihl little. Echo's the big mamma jamma. Again, I wanted to match these three. I've got other types, but these are the closest. Now let's talk about just protection. Husqvarna's going to win that because there's nothing really to break on it. Like, watch this. I'm not abusing it. I'm just going to turn it over. What jam? That is a huge metal plate. That's magnesium all through there. I mean, it's solid built. Now the 94R is plastic. I mean, and it's exposed there in the middle and plastic. It's just, now I'm not knocking it because nothing's ever happened and it's been dropped, trust me. It's been through several employees too. It's 5 years old and it's still going. Now, if you had a catastrophic drop on the pavement, now that is probably broke. Let's just be honest here. It's plastic. The Husqvarna will hold up. The Echo, same thing. It's more brittle. It's even exposed. See how much the gas tank is exposed? And it at least has a cover. You can see it's been scratched, but see how everything's out and open on it. It hasn't not affected anything. I mean, again, I'm not complaining. Plastic. Husqvarna is the only one. It's built better out of all of them, and it has a solid cable. I mean, solid shaft inside. So as far as build, Husqvarna wins it. All right, let's talk about how holding it. I kind of dig the way the Echo holds. I love their handles. I've said it for years. I love their trigger. Now, your elbow will hit that black piece. You'll get used to it and it'll stop. But it could be where you see how far back that's angled and it puts you in a weirder bind. No, I don't mean bind, because I'm never in a bind. I use that trimmer and I enjoy the crap out of using it. I like that trimmer using it more than I like the Stihl using it. Seriously. Like if you took me back in time and said, if this was out when this came out, boy, this is going to trigger some of you Stihl guys. And I'm an original OG Stihl guy, but facts are facts. I would take that Echo over that. Yep. Any day, all day. Get mad at me, cuss me out. I know you want to, because some's mad at me for just even having those other than Stihl. Because somehow I'm not allowed to have but whatever you have. I've become so jaded, and it's people's fault, because I used to care what people... God, you just can't make people happy. This is a terrible review video, but I'm so jaded because I know everything I'm going to say is going to be freaking... I don't care to be criticized. It's the triggering. People gets and starts just cussing, and it's like mouth vomit, and it's like, it don't bother me. It embarrasses me for them. I'm like, those people have real life friends and family, and they get on the internet and they puke on the keyboard like it. I mean, what kind of civil society is it anyway? All three of those starter assemblies can be taken off, fixed real fast. All three of them's gas tanks, nozzles on the side. You can Google to see how much each one of them holds fuel. I would almost bet the Echo holds the most. The Echo feels good in the hands. That's what she said. It's comfortable to use. It's super... I don't have the non-torque model. Remember that. I have to disclose that. That's the T for torque. Super powerful. It's balanced great. I try to make up stuff to hate on that Echo, to be honest with you guys. I really try to be honest. And the vibrations, that is the only thing I can even come close to, is the vibration. Other than that, well, it does roll. Like right now, I can barely touch it and it's pluck. And you're going to say that ain't no big deal. Well, it's not until you set it down and it takes off rolling down a freaking hill in the mountains. Then you're like, oh, wait a minute. That and the vibration is my only qualms with it, or whatever word. That's it. Other than that, loves it. I loves it. The 94R. When I got used to the Echo, I had to quit. If y'all notice, I had to quit using that 94R. Do you want me to tell you why? The bevel gear, the pitch. Stihl's pitch on that 94R is different. And I didn't know it was affecting my posture and my back when I was trimming, until I got that Echo. Now see, that Stihl may be better for your posture and the way you're standing. But for me, this fat kid right here that's talking to you, that Echo was better. Well, then I took a gamble. I think I was on the... I know I don't do Instagram good, but I'm still learning hashtag. I mean, I know what a hashtag... I used to not even put hashtags on my posts, and I kept my Instagram private until recently. So I'm just now starting to get into it a little bit. I showed that box, and it was just a random... I told my son, I said, let's go get it. I said, I'm going to go try out a dang commercial grade. I said, I want the LST. I done my research. I'm on these websites for these lawn companies every day. You think I mean every day and I'm joking? About 7 days a week, and I'm not joking. I'm obsessed. So then that one's gear. It's kind of close to the Echo. Like the Echo, the bevel. If you notice, the bevel gear at the end is a little taller. I like that. Husqvarna is a little shorter, but the Stihl's is the worst for my personal preference posture. Maybe for you, I'm gonna have to quit caring about what everybody thinks and just get on with it. So when it comes down to it, power wise, I can't tell who's stronger, the Echo 2620T or the Husqvarna 525 LST. I'll use this thing and I'm like, there ain't no way. I'll use it and I'll be like, yeah, that 525 LST, it can't even match it. But then I pick it up and I'm like, wait a minute, this thing's just as strong, and then sometimes it feels stronger. But recently I changed to a 400 speed feed head instead of a 450, so I'm not going to do a comparison because the bigger head adds speed. Remember, it's not a pulley system. People argue and say the little heads spin faster, and I'm like, no, it's not pulley system. Like if you're changing the pulleys in a belt pulley system, yes, but if it's the same circumference, one revolution, one turn has a further travel than something smaller, period. I'm talking period. So the 450s will spin faster, and they hold a whole lot more line, and I like them better. They float better, and I just like them better. I lost one of those little spacers, and I had to, and not the spacers, the freaking top of the 450, so I had to quit using it. So I ordered another one, and then I've just left that 400 on there. I was like, ah. Now my second favorite head, after Echo is my favorite, second would be Stihl, and third would be Husqvarna's heads. Husqvarna's heads too, that blue dot is way too tall. Stihl's is like about like that. I can manage it. But Husqvarna's loads easier than Stihl by a mile. But then the speed feed loads better than both of them. And then the speed feed is flat on the bottom. So again, preference. People on YouTube's told me they like the Husqvarna's better. People's told me they like it. Good for y'all. That's awesome. I'll use any of them. If it really come down to me making some money to feed my family, guess what? I'm going to use any of them. I don't give a crap if I have to tie a freaking rope around the end of it, or use a sickle or skith or something. So, which one would I buy? Husqvarna. What's the second one I would buy? Husqvarna. What's the third one? I'm serious. Now, let's be fair. If we did number these 1, 2, 3, again, remember the loop handles will cause you different types of comfort. Husqvarna's is made at a certain angle. Echoes, nobody ever talks about this, the types of pitch and the angle back. Stihl's are straight up and down. That might be better for you. And remember, you can change these things. Like if I wanted that Echo one, I thought about buying one for this, but then I got used to it. See, whatever you get, you can buy whatever and put on any trimmer. I can Frankenstein a trimmer. You know who Frankenstein was. He made that big monster. Everybody calls the monster Frankenstein, but Frankenstein, I think, it's the doctor or whatever. So you can make his monster and create your own trimmer. I've been thinking about doing that for years. I'd love to cross mingle these and make the ultimate. Husqvarna though is about got her. I mean, it's all compact. It's got all that metal on it and that big skid plate under it, and it don't roll, and it's 10 pounds is all. It weighs nothing. Then it's got the anti-vibe in the handle, so it isolates you so you don't get the tingles after a whole day of trimming. The Echo will give you the tingles. If it wasn't for that nice, awesome padded handles on the Echo, that thing would be rough. So that's why they built it like that. For some reason, the Stihl, man, that solid steel flex cable shaft, that trimmer, it's good. But if you put me in a store and made me pick the one I wanted, Husqvarna, they'd say, well, number 2. Echo. Number 3, Stihl. Did I say that one's the best on the planet and that one's second best? No. To me and mine, that one is my preferred. Second preferred. Third preferred. Thank goodness we have these companies here. I'm going to thank each and every one of them, because if we didn't, we would have like one cheap trimmer. Do you realize that? Not only would we have no selection, we would have one kind, because we'd all have to buy it. So let's thank goodness that there's competition out there. Oh my gosh, could you imagine if none of them innovated? You think Husqvarna would ever come up with that anti-vibe and Echo, that big nice handle, and Stihl? Well, they're so good. No, it wouldn't push them to be better, would it? No, they'd be like resting on their laurels, saying they have to buy these trimmers anyway. So the winners is us. Not mean that, period. So in this review video, I'm going to give it to the Husqvarna because of the reasons I showed. The bevel gear pitch, the complete metal covering, the magnesium on the front. The fuel economy on it's fantastic. The weight to power ratio is unbeatable. I don't know if another company's matched it. Not to including the X-Torque engine, the Strato charged engines really changed the game back in the day. Stihl is fantastic. I know a lot of people uses the 4-stroke Stihls, you know, like the FS 90, 91, 100, 111, 110, 130, 131. Why they added a number 1 and made it an odd number, I don't know, but that's annoying. Okay. I don't like the force mixes. If you notice, there's none here no more, because y'all have heard me, and you see I don't sell nothing, right? But I sold those dang Stihl 4-strokes. The older I got, the more it's annoying me. I know that. But that 4 mix sounds like somebody's killing a hog or something. Oh! Oh! Oh, so I had to get rid of them. Sold them. And Roy has them. Y'all know Roy. He works for me. And he loves them. And I loved them. They're strong, powerful if you wear ear protection. But you don't always have ear protection on. And I felt like my customers hated the noise, and I didn't want to bother them with that cattle killing noise still emits from that mixing 2-stroke and 4-stroke through some valves. Oh, that noise. If it was just a non-hybrid, I hate it. Can't be a hybrid. It's either a 4-stroke or it's not. If you know anything about engines, up and down, you can't. With 2 valves, you cannot change that it's a 4-stroke. You can call it a 4 mix and a hybrid, but it's still a 4-stroke because it's 4 strokes. You can't change that. So it's annoying me. I know you guys love y'all's big old 800s, and oh, it makes me clench hearing those things. Even on y'all's YouTube videos, when y'all crank those up, I skip it. Oh god. Oh god. But then you crank up your 94s or any other 2-stroke, I'm fine. But that sounds like a calf caught in a hailstorm. But anyway, pitch, length, weight, power. Pitch, length, weight, power. Husqvarna. Then Echo, then Stihl. So what I recommend in closing of this video, that I've just stood up above them, not really getting close in or nothing, is that go to the Husqvarna dealer, Stihl dealer, Echo dealer. Hold them in your hand. Don't just hold them for a second. So walk around with them. Don't get embarrassed, because you're going to be holding these things for hours upon hours upon hours. So if you buy it and you have that buyer's remorse and your stomach's sick, and you're like, man, if I'd have just walked around a little bit and pretended, I know it sounds so dumb.